Sussex won their second Royal London One-Day Cup game in succession, sending Kent to their third defeat. Laurie Evans' match-winning career-best innings more than cancelling out another ton from Daniel Bell-Drummond as the visitors to Canterbury won by 6 wickets with 13 balls to spare. Put in, Kent lost Joe Denley in the 4th over for 6, playing down the wrong line to Jofra Archer. A big moment soon followed as Bell-Drummond on 12 was given a life when he was put down at slip, the kind of chance which would be taken 99 times out of 100. Bell-Drummond was soon on the move, on his way to what would become his second 100 in successive one-day matches. The 23-year-old continues to grow in stature and must surely now be right on England's radar. He'd added 55 runs for the second wicket with Sam Northeast, who was out for 22, trapped in front by David Visa. That didn't ruin Bell-Drummond's concentration any, this 6 helping him to a 52-ball half-century. After a quiet spell in which a dozen overs passed by without a boundary of any kind, Sean Dixon and Bell-Drummond then both cleared the rope in the space of 3 overs, Kent up to 162 for 2 after 30. Dixon had made 46 of a stand of 104 when he nicked off to Archer. Darren Stevens came in, hit this maximum, and then holed out off Archer at long off to depart for 12. Bell-Drummond remained, and in the 38th over he ran Jerome Taylor to third man for the single he needed to get to 3 figures for the 4th time in List A cricket. This 100 had used up 115 balls, from which he'd struck 6 fours and 2 sixes. And a third maximum showed that he was ready to score plenty more too. He finally departed for 138, made it a runner ball as he picked out George Garton in the deep off Taylor. Bell-Drummond left in the 45th over, and when Matt Coles followed suit, the score read 282 for 6 with 5 overs to go. From those, 49 runs were added, most of them from the bat of Alex Blake, who was showing the confidence that had brought him his maiden List 800 in the loss to Somerset last time out. This time he struck 76 off 43 balls, 14 of which were smashed to the boundary. Blake had to be run out to get shot of him, his side ending their 50 overs on a very competitive 331 for 7. It was a splendid batting pitch, however, and Luke Wright and Chris Nash were soon putting runs on the board. It took this pair only 13 overs to knock off 80 of the runs required, Nash making 39 of those as Sussex looked to continue the form which saw them defeat Glamorgan last time out. Nash was dismissed when he shovelled a short ball from Coles to Bell-Drummond in the deep. But Wright completed a 50 off 53 balls, this one of the 5 fours he struck in that to go with his 1 maximum. The game was even Stevens when Stevens trapped Wright in front for 64, and James Treadwell pushed one through to bowl Stjan van Zyl for a single. That put the visitors on 123 for 3 in the 23rd over, but then Evans, having survived this appeal, started to turn the match in his side's favour with the first of his 8 sixes. From that moment he never looked back, backed up by Harry Finch, who also batted very well in completing a 50 of 58 balls. Evans went to his own half-century from 48. He went nuts after that. Coles was punished fully if he dropped in too short, but as the batsman moved on, it really didn't matter where the ball was delivered. These were very meaty blows from the former Surrey and Warwickshire man, who's already impressing after his move to the south coast. His 5th 6 took him into the 90s in a flash, and his 6th had the 29-year-old into 3 figures for the first time in his List A career. He'd needed only 73 balls to get there, his second 50 coming from just 25. He struck 6 sixes and 7 fours. And on he went, one brutal shot following another as he dominated a match-altering partnership of 207, which was made in 25 overs together with Finch, who never cleared the boundary himself but did hit 6 fours in his pleasing runner ball 80. Finch fell with only 2 runs needed off 15, bowled by Mitch Claydon, the match ending 2 balls later as Evans ended unbeaten on 134. Those runs were made off just 86 balls, a magnificent performance and one which made it 2 wins in a row for his team, who next head home to meet Surrey on Sunday, the same day that Kent entertain Middlesex.